Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of the Misfit Toys. Woo! We have my
Hello,
beautiful
my
and
lovely.
amazing host, Miss Maria de la Ghetto. How you doing, girl? She's like,
Oh,
What do
you
you
know, I'm
think
doing,
of?
I'm living, I'm feeling great, feeling good.
I see you are having your rainforest fantasy. I see in the background, and
Trying to
I
keep
am
it
having
peaceful, trying to keep it
my
zen.
Kusama realness, trippy, psychedelic fantasy right now.
Hold on, Boo. I'm having trouble hearing.
You're having trouble hearing me, baby?
There we go. There we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great. I
Okay.
can hear you great.
Okay. So you were saying you were having your...
Yaya Kusama fantasy. And so for those of you who don't know who Kusama is, she is an amazing artist from Japan. And she's very all about infinity and hallucinogenics and tapping into that infinite psychedelic world, and the spores from like mushrooms, things like that, appear in her work.
I thought those were tentacles. I'm gonna be real.
They are. They're like, she's all about these weird organic forms.
I'm here
the
for
spores, population, or not the population, but the, how do you say, populating, like how to spread infinitely. And so, and she actually has gone insane, and she lives in an insane asylum.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah. And she has permission to leave the insane asylum, and then she goes to her studio, which is like a block away, and she makes her art, and then she goes back into the insane asylum because she did so many psychedelic drugs that she kind of lost it. She was with the whole Warhol 70s doing all of, yes. So I love art. There's an amazing Kusama installation at the Broad Museum in Los Angeles.
I've been trying to go there for years, and I always end up at the bar before I even get there. So, legit, that's what happened. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go have a drink, and then
it's amazing. It's life changing.
JMO and JMO picklebacks later. I never make
it. The Tate, for all of the people who are in London, the Tate did a huge Kusama retrospective several years back. It was amazing. I don't know if they have a permanent. I'm sure they do. But it's definitely, if Kusama comes to town. Oh, she also did that whole thing for Yves Saint Laurent. If you saw those polka dotted tentacle windows with the bags with all the little polka dots on it.
How long was this? Was a while ago?
This was when I lived in Spain, so about like 5 years ago.
I feel like I did see that season, but I mean, I don't really pay attention much, but I do remember seeing that theme somewhere. Like it was like mainstream kind of thing. So it was mainstream then. Yeah, probably. But
so we got Ray Turner turning it. Hey, what's up, Turner? Turning it out. What's up? What's up? Want to say hello?
Hey, how you doing, boo?
I love you, Ray. Oh, you guys give us life. You guys give us life during this crazy time where we're just like, I'm losing my mind. Maria, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ray. Okay, I reached for my ear pods, and I got my Oral-B floss. And I was struggling with this Oral-B floss, trying to get my ear pods out the floss case. I literally was just like, what is going on with these things? And I was, you mother tucker Oral-B.
It broke.
It was the Oral-B's fault. It wasn't.
There she is.
Oh, we got our guest. She came in just in time. What's up, Miss Kate Burrell? Give her some jazz hands.
Woo!
Kate, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Are you okay?
Kate, are you okay? She looks like she's shocked. She's terrified. She
can't hear. There's a button. If you click on, I think one of us, it should say I can't hear them, and it'll do something, and then
we'll get there. We'll get there. We are in a time of low stress. There are so many things going on in this world. People are blowing up. Literally, things are getting set on fire. We are losing our minds. It's crazy. We are yelling at our Oral-B floss cases because they're not dispensing ear pods. This is the end of times. The end of times. So, Miss Kate, can you give me some jazz hands? Girl, can you hear us? Kate, jazz hands if you can hear us.
No, I think she still can't hear. Oh, let's see. Let me type in there. Chat with other guests.
So pop out. I'm gonna add her. Okay, let's see. Let me do a little song and dance, even though I can't sing and So Kate, better, closer. She's trying. Set your mic situations. Oh, poor thing. So back to Kusama and her wonderful tentacles and all that. I'm thinking about some of the crazy art exhibits that I have been to. What are some of the craziest, Ray, what are some of the craziest art installations or things that you have seen? Maybe at the Skirball, I don't know. Anybody who's watching us from all over the land, tell us, A, where are you? And B, what is some of the craziest art installations that you have seen?
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Close out my
Ray, he nearly brushed his teeth with germaline. What is germaline?
What's germaline?
What is germaline? That is, I don't know what that, ooh, that just sounds bad. That just sounds seriously.
Like cleaner.
That's not cute. That's not cute. You got to be careful what you put.
Gotta be careful what you put in your mouth.
I put my WD-40 in my nightstand.
What?
I had a can of WD-40 and I put it in my nightstand where I usually put the lotion.
That's some industrial lube there, Iggy. You all right?
I literally, I was, look, because like my seat, you see, do you hear it? Don't squeak no more.
Oh, yes. I mean,
So
that stuff's magic, man.
I was WDing my seat and then I put it in the same drawer with the lotion. And last night, it burns. It burns. It is not cute. It is not cute.
Oh, that hurts just hearing that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here, Kate, I'm going to bump you out. I want you to come back into the studio and try this one more time. And then just select the proper microphone. Do a little test before you come into the studio. And we'll do this again. Okay? So we're going to try it. It's hard. It's hard. She's from Arizona. You know how they do in Arizona. Oh, Lord.
Yes, I do. I'm right next to Arizona. And it's hot. It's hot and racist. It's hot and it's racist.
Oh, hot and racist. Hot and racist. So what else is going on with you? And what's going on in the country? Like I'm freaked out about Lebanon for me personally, especially coming from Chernobyl. That really, I was like, wow. I just kept watching it on replay. It just reminded me of my childhood. It really just, do you know what's going on? Do you know what the source is?
I just know that it was a huge explosion. I saw something briefly saying what it might have been, but I can't remember what it said for the life of me. It's heartbreaking. There's tons of orgs and like nonprofits you can donate to. Just look them up. I usually post stuff on my Instagram on things like that. So I think I might have something still up for like if you want to donate or how you can help. So yeah, at Maria Della Ghetto if you want to check that out. But I keep posting. So yeah, I'll do some more research and find out, see what's going on. Cause I definitely think like this is the stuff that's going on.
Oh yes, we can hear you, Kate. Yes. Can you hear us? Kate, can you hear us too? Give us jazz hands if you can hear us.
Twice if you can hear us. No.
So Kate, speak into your mic. Kate, speak into the mic.
She said, I still can't hear you guys. Oh.
She on her phone. So Ray is talking about the sculpture. I love public art. Yes, actually, Ray, it does make me feel better. I don't know why misery loves company, but it totally makes me feel better. Am I evil? Am I evil?
No.
Yes, we can hear you. Yay. Kate, can you hear us?
She can't hear us.
Why? Oh no. It's so bad. Kate, we love you so much. We want to hear what you got to say. We can hear you. You just can't hear us. Girl, you want to try this one more time? It's okay. I'm going to kick her out. bye, and then she's gonna try to come back. I hope it's all worth it. I hope it's
It's
all
like
worth
being
it.
at the club and you're like, no, you got to come back through and walk through the metal detector again.
So my family moved in for this last week, staying in my house. Everybody else who's watching, who else has got family staying with them? What is your situation like? I know that you were just moving. Tell us, Maria, what is your move-in situation like?
So I'm temporarily staying with my parents. I'm still based out of LA, but I'm just staying with them for the quarantine because number one, all the comedy clubs are closed. I'm not trying to, go to any like auditions right now where people are in close proximity. Like if I can avoid general public interaction, I will. And I think this has just been a really good opportunity for me to spend time with my parents because they're older. And, when am I going to get this kind of opportunity again to just be home with them and hang out and cook dinner? You know what I mean? So I just really took advantage of that. And I'm very privileged and I acknowledge that. And I'm very thankful and grateful because not a lot of people have that option. But yeah, I figured why not? I mean, you got to take that opportunity when you can to spend time with your loved ones. And they're already driving me crazy. So I love them. I love them. But family crazy. Just everyone's family crazy.
And it's just, so my niece, I love her. She's been practicing the comedy. And did I talk about that last week with my niece's comedy?
I don't remember if you did.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Misfit Toys is actually a comedy studio specifically for unique female comic voices. And so I run a comedy school and I teach comedy all over the world. And I also do corporate gigs to teach people how to use comedy and how to use vulnerability to create trust. And it's awesome. It's just so much fun. But my little niece, she sneaks downstairs and she like listens and she tries to then write jokes and stuff. And so my favorite joke, let's see, yesterday, she's like, one of the joke structures is metaphor simile. And she's like, living with my parents during quarantine is like skinning an elephant. And I was like, Ella, what do you know about skinning an elephant? And she's like, nothing. I just imagine it's really, really hard.
That's such a good joke. That's probably my favorite one. Like, that's so good. I was like, dang, that ain't real AF. That's real. I'm 35. Oh my God, I just aged myself. But I know, but look at that skin though. Okay. Thank you.
I'm saying.
20 what?
Anyway. Maria, are you single?
Yes, holla at Asian.
Okay. You know how to find her at Maria de la Ghetto. Accepting applications. She is accepting applications.
I sure is. But as I was saying, I'm 35 and I'm living with my parents now is as hard as skinning an elephant. Like, it's just real. Like, your parents are something else. God love them. They love you, but man, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh God, I'm just tired of thinking about it.
I want to send support out to everybody because I know we're all struggling. Like, it's been really, really tough on me. I've been snapping at people. Like, I've been losing my mind, and it's not about like whatever. Like yesterday, my poor sister-in-law was making me a breakfast sandwich. And she started just talking about, do I want the egg or the cheese and the thing? I was like, just make it however you want to make it. But she's like, but I don't know. And I was like, I don't need the verbal diarrhea. What I need is a breakfast sandwich.
Damn.
She kicked me out the house. She's like, get out of the house. And I was like, this is my house. This is my house. Left the house. Everything just fell apart. It's been that crazy where it's just like, I don't want pickles. Yeah. You came back. People are getting on edge.
We're getting stir crazy. I snapped at my mom the other day because she wanted, I put some chicken in the oven and she's like, is it done? I'm like, you can't check it. Like, you know how to cook chicken? Like, what? I put it in there, didn't I? And I was just being a brat. Like, I could have just checked the chicken.
Ray just reminded us. Yes, my niece, she was on the show with us. Hello, I'm so you are so. Thank you. Like this, every day is
it's all blended. It's all.
And I'm just going. I'm losing it. I don't
even know what day it is.
Oh my gosh! Help us!
Because I knew we had to record the show.
I am really upset. I'm really upset, Maria. I don't know what kind of drugs to do to help me through this. Like, I've tried them
wrong,
all.
girl.
Like, I tried smoking weed, didn't work. Cocaine definitely did not help the situation. Beer is not working anymore. Tequila kind of, like, I just don't know what. I've tried meditating. I've tried, like, I'm like, I need a quarantine pill, not hydrochloroquine, whatever that is. Don't give me the
Sounds like it'll mess you up, though.
No, but I'm like, if I eat mushrooms, am I gonna just like walk off the cliff? Am I like?
You might be sharing a room with Kusama.
Yes. Can someone please recommend some type of substance that will help me get through the day? I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Being sober in life is like doing it raw dog, you know? Like there's just no, it's just all too, it's real.
And okay,
too much.
When is it too early to start drinking alcohol? Like, what's the proper hour that you can start drinking? Because I
can't even answer that because I don't even like alcohol.
What's your poison of preference?
I mean, if I'm drinking, like okay, so just to be clear, I hate the taste of all alcohol. I've tasted very expensive liquor. I've tasted very cheap liquor and all the in between. And if I'm going to drink, it's because I want to be trashed. There's no, oh my God, I just want to drink with dinner. Like, there's none of that. If I'm drinking, it's because I have a goal, and that's to get obliterated. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's up, Leo? Hanging out from San Diego. What's up, boy? He is so great. He is so funny. Oh my gosh. He's Argentinian. He's Chilean. I believe he's Chilean or Argentinian. I think it's Chilean. I know he's on the tip. I know he's all about the tip.
Something about the tip.
But his wife is Russian. So we get along because he gets how like tough Russian women are. Like they are no nonsense. Like they are no nonsense. So we do some shows together, and it's just they are like, I'm trying to give some. So here's an example. Let's see. Oh, you've heard this one I think before. So I tell my brother to get inside the computer box because if he stays there, then through osmosis he's gonna be smart like a computer. And then I tape him inside there, leave him inside the box all day. He gets outside the box. He's crying. He's sweating. He goes up to my mom. Mom, Igor told me I would be smart if I went inside the box. And then he left me there. And my mom just looks at him. She's like, I don't think you're smart enough yet. I think you need to go back inside the box.
Oh.
You still stupid. You need to go back inside the box. And then she looks at me. She's like, you guys are such idiots. I brought you to America to think outside the box. And here you are crawling into the box. Crawling into the box. Give me a bottle of good brandy and strong weed, and I'm a happy bunny. Brandy and bud. That's a good one. I mean, that used to work for me too. But the weed starts to get me thinking, and then the voices kick in, and then it starts. That starts the pacing and the thinking and the. It's like time has no meaning. Thank you. Drink when you are thirsty. Did you? Okay. Everybody watching, tell me if this is true. Has COVID been a Buddhist teacher for you? If you've ever like studied or heard about any of these Buddhist principles? For me, COVID has really proven that to be true. Number one, the only thing you can control is yourself and your actions. And this really rings true. The only thing you can control is how you react, right? The only thing that's actually true is the moment that we're living in. The future, who knows? The past is polluted with perspectives of different, and everything is impermanent and it will always change. Like all these core principles that I used to pay lots of money and like go do yoga and try to get good. All it took was a pandemic. I could have saved so much more money. Just waited till the pandemic. What about you, Maria? Have you learned what has COVID taught you?
There has been a lot of self-reflection and introspection during this quarantine. I have a lot, like I have anger issues. Like I don't even
what?
I mean, you know.
Okay, so time out. Give us one of the moments where you lost your cool, where you had some anger issues.
Okay, so this was the one of the few times where I lost it completely, where like I felt my blood pressure go up. I was ready. I would have stabbed somebody in the eye had they tried anything. Like it was that bad. And my pitch goes up every time I get madder. So I lived with some roommates, specifically my sisters and brother and brother-in-law in a huge house in Oceanside for a while. When we were moving into this house, our oldest brother, he's mind you, we're not blood related, just so you know. So, but anyway, he had so much junk. He brought just junk from his old house. Then we were moving into this big old house, and he took all the extra storage space. There was like storage space in the laundry room, the backyard, and then there was a closet. Mind you, we had the same size bedrooms, and it was a very tiny closet. So I said, hey, I'm just going to take half of this closet because I don't have any space for like my stuff. And he was like, nah, man, I got a lot of stuff. I got to use that closet. And I was like, bro, you have taken literally every other extra inch of space in this house. I just want half, not even all, half of this closet. And he kept fighting me. I'm like, bro. So finally I was like, I'm going to use half of this closet and that's it. And he was like, no, if you put this, he's like, if you put yourself, I'm going to take it. I was like, and then finally I was like, you cannot touch my shit. If you touch my shit, I'm going to throw all your shit away. Like, and that was that. And it didn't end there. I got that half of the closet. He didn't touch nothing. But I was so mad. And I'm such a petty bitch. Mama Nina for president.
Yes, Mama Nina for president.
But I'm so petty.
Oh.
I'm so petty that I took half the closet, I put a box of crap on the bottom of it, and I had one sweater hanging where the half of the closet ended, and that was the only thing in that closet for the 2 years of that house. That's how petty and how pissed off I was. Just thinking about it make me mad all over again, but man.
Oh, Mama Nina for president. She is so no nonsense. So my family, we manage this eco resort in Mexico, and we host people down here. It's off the grid, solar, amazing. And Mama Nina tried to be the welcome wagon. These people come and they drive from LA, San Diego, all over, and this gorgeous view with the ocean and the thing. And, you know, she's like, welcome to Baja off the grid. This is the balcony and the ocean. And the first question, where is your accent from? You drove 6 hours to find out where the fuck my accent is from? Look at the ocean. I'm like, Mama, she's like, do you have a television? It's called the ocean.
Oh my God.
We don't have Netflix. We have tidal pools. We have dolphins. We have sun. We have clouds. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong? I'm like, Mama Nina.
Here.
Ah, we got you, girl. Kate, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yay! All right, Kate made it in for the second half.
Girl, you look pressed.
She looks stressed. Girl, are you stressed?
Breathe, take a breather. Let's take a breather. Let's take a moment.
Okay.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. There we go, girl. Yes.
Well, what I tell everybody, and I stole this from Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. No.
A wizard is never late.
Half an hour to get on this dumb thing, and I'm like, how does this work? I've never used this website. It kept trying to open other. You couldn't.
Well, honey bun, you gotta close out your Pornhub
out.
That's what I just said. Yes, sounds like you gotta close the Pornhub account before you open up the live stream, girl. You can't. She's like confusing her Just Fans account and her Pornhub account with the StreamYard account. It's a lot of accounts. It's a lot of accounts. So welcome to the Misfit Toys. Let's give her some jazz hands. What's up? What's up? We have people watching from all over the world, and we are super, super excited that you came to join us. Tell everybody, where are you from? Where are you streaming from?
I'm streaming from Phoenix, Arizona.
Now, I know Phoenix. I've been to Phoenix. For those who have never been to Phoenix or been to Arizona, what are some? Give us three adjectives that can describe Phoenix, and then 3 adjectives that describe Arizona. Help us understand.
God.
That's pretty much it. That's Arizona right there when it comes to
Yeah.
politics. It's like,
Yeah.
God.
I've been there.
Okay.
I
But-
actually, my parents are next to Arizona, so girl, I'll feel you.
So, what is Arizona famous for?
Probably for John McCain. Or
I was thinking the Grand Canyon, but okay.
I was thinking heat.
I was like, there's the beautiful vistas, saguaro cactuses, you know, amazing sunsets. She's like, John McCain.
I didn't know he was from there.
So now you know, and now you know. Oh my Lord!
Not
So
really
you're in
very-
Phoenix, Arizona. Go ahead, love. I didn't think.
Ray, you are too much. I love it.
Ray should have paced this. You're gonna get yourself some tennis elbow. You need. That's gonna be. You're gonna have some. You're gonna have some problems. Oh, so Kate. Okay, you're in Arizona, the land of John McCain, the Grand Canyon, and you are a female comedian. You are also part of the Misfit Toys. You perform with the Misfit Toys. You've been studying with us. Tell us, how did you get into comedy? What was your motivation? What was your inspiration? What was the incident that you're like, I think I need to get up on stage and speak my truth?
So, what I remember is that my life was just aimless. So it's just like in my early 20s, and I was like, I need a vent, I guess. And then I looked at stand up, and I was like, I could try that. I've been funny intentionally my whole life.
So where did you do comedy for the first time? Was it like, what was it, on stage? Was it open mic? Was it a showcase? Was it your best friend's bar mitzvah?
I was saying while you were giving examples of where to start comedy. So I did it at Tempe Improv, and I didn't realize it was a bringer show.
Oh.
Yeah, the bringer show. But I've met some people there that I think quit comedy. And so after the first night that I did it and got positive feedback from it from people I don't know, I was like, I could do it again, but I don't know all the mics, because I didn't realize a lot of my scene was not at the clubs; they were at bars.
And the positive feedback, you get up, you started talking about some of the stuff that was, hard for you. What were some of the topics? What were some of the challenges that you talked about the first time?
I think the only thing I can remember from that set is talking about the one Christmas where my dad almost died.
Wow, I'm so like, how was it? Was it like? Share with us what happened.
So my dad had I believe mesh surgery, and he was sleepy a lot after the surgery, and I remember my mom being upset because I had 2 siblings, both of whom have autism, and both of them who needed attention and care, and so I was helping out a lot. And one time what I mentioned was one time my dad was asleep, and he likes to talk in his sleep, and he doesn't know it. And to cheer my mom up, I'm talking to my dad while he's sleeping, being like, "Are you excited to go to the prom?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm excited." And I started detailing his prom night. And red dress and have this date, have a really great time. And his mom was gonna be the chauffeur. But then after that, he had to be taken to the hospital. And then my uncle recounted what the ICU nurse said. The ICU nurse was freaked out because my dad, he somehow got it in his head that he was 40 years old. So he's laying in the ICU going, I'm 40 years old and I can't wait to go to the prom.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did you ever have a scare with your dad, Maria? When your dad went to the hospital, have you had a parental scare? What was your parental scare?
It wasn't I mean, it was serious, but it was glaucoma. He had gone to he was having pain in his eye, and he has diabetes and like health issues it is, but he's pretty strong. He doesn't, but he was having eye pain, and then he went to the doctor to kind of get checked out because it was persisting for 3 days, and then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, you need surgery like today, like yesterday. Like if we wait one more day, you could go blind. And so so they rushed him to San Diego. I think like Scripps Hospital. It's because we're close to San Diego. Took him in an ambulance, and they went and performed emergency surgery. And I was working at a skincare boutique in LA at the time, which was only like last year. And so when you hear that your dad is being rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery, regardless if it's just eye surgery, you're gonna freak out. So he goes, and thank God, everything's fine. They caught it in time. It was 2 years since his last checkup for his eyes, and in those 2 years it got really bad. And the story though ends with my dad. My mom couldn't find my dad after the surgery. He was waiting at the I think the emergency room, like in the waiting room, and they were like calling around. And so I think like 2 hours later, she finally finds him, and he's like made friends with the whole emergency room, like waiting room. And
that sounds like something you would do. Like that, I could totally see Maria getting into the ER, and next thing I know, it's like, wait, we're having a circuit party. Like, whoa, does it just
that was me when I had surgery, actually, just 2 years ago.
I can totally see that. I can totally see that.
Was having a party when I was coming off of the drug, and I was like, I would get surgery all the time if I felt like this.
My father almost died a couple of years back, and he had a seizure, and he lost half of the control of his body, and my dad used to be a circus performer, and I remember my mom owned a pot shop, and we got super high and went to go see my dad at the ER. And when we were growing up, he always would be like a circus. He'd be like, bagels! Behind my ear, I have cream cheese. And I'm like, Dad. And so he still, after the surgery, can't move half his body. And he still tried to do the same joke. He was like, bagel! Bagel! And I'm like, Dad, please calm down. He's like, bagel! I'm like, oh my Lord. And then when we got there, there were 3 women, 3 of his mistresses. One was feeding him soup, one was rubbing his feet, and the other one was reading to him. And my mom walked in and saw the 3 women, and she just looked at them, and she's just like, oh, thank God I don't have to take care of this asshole. Let's go. She's like, oh, this one, he is your problem now, bitches. He is your problem. Thanks the Lord. Let's go. I'm high. Let's go have a cocktail. We'll be back. Like, she was just, I'm out. I don't have time for this shit. I'm glad you got some help. Get it, boy. Get it.
100.
She keeps it real. She keeps it real. And how do you feel about that? Change the topic. How do you feel about infidelity? Is monogamy that important to a relationship? Is monogamy realistic? And how important is it to a family and to a relationship? Anybody who's watching, do you believe in monogamy, or do you believe in a different type of dynamic? What do you think? Kate, tell us, what is your opinion on monogamy and relationships?
Oh boy. I'm not any relationship expert.
No, but for you personally, is that an important thing? You know, I don't know if you're gay or straight or what you know, we love everybody, but would your partner, if you walked in on your partner with someone else, would you get jealous? What would you do?
Figure out how to join.
There you go. That's my girl. See, that's why I love gay boys. Gay boys, they don't get jealous. They get in the back. We stack like Legos. That's the thing.
Oh my
you give it, if you give enough gay boys enough crystal meth, they will build you a Lego castle. They will just, that's what the G in Lego is for, gay. They just stack. But the problem is they all want to be the princess. They all want to be the little princess. And then there's a fight to see who the princess is going. My crown ain't all right. I got to get my little tiara on there. So that's the problem. That's the problem. But I love that answer. Don't get jealous. Get in the back. Join in. And you know what? Some people are bossy. And I'm like, you don't want to join in? Fine. Sit in the corner and be the director and tell them what to do. I'm like, okay, now pull his hair and spank that and do that. Like, I love that. Like, and it's so European because I grew up with this kind of, and I think, tell me if I'm wrong, I think that this comes from royalty because you were forced to marry because it was a political, financial agreement. People didn't marry for love. And bigamy is the way forward. There we go. It's a way backward. It's a way forward. But think about it. If I'm forced to marry someone for political reasons, for economic reasons, and not for love, and then I do find love outside of my marriage. So it's very commonplace to find love outside of marriage. And it wasn't until the Puritans came here and set up this whole system of monogamy and one, you know, find that one person for the rest of your life. What do you think about that? Is there some logic in that? Some truth in that? Maria?
Oh, I wasn't sure. I personally, I think it just depends person to person. It really depends. Like, I think some people work better with bigamy, like they're saying. And some people work better with monogamy. You know, like I just think whatever your preference or your needs are, the most important thing that I cannot stress enough to anyone is communication and honesty. Like, just be real. Like, just be honest with yourself. Be honest with that person or persons. And just, you know, like, say, hey, I'm not sure I'm really in for a monogamous relationship. If that's what you're looking for, then let's see. I was with someone 13, everyone's cheated, got married, then broke up. That was over 8 years ago. Still not cheated on her.
Wow, Ray, you are an anomaly. You are an exception. That is amazing. Like I've never, wow. Like, so that's awesome that you found someone that fulfilled all of the cups. That's that is what is the secret then? Because for a lot of us, they, you know, like they can't do that. So Ray, what's your secret? If you don't mind sharing that with our viewers, what's your secret to stay with someone that long, keep it fired up, keep that passion going? You know, I'm all about, you know, I could try. It's just not in my nature.
And that's okay. I think the problem is people think that I think people assume or just think that, oh, I'm not supposed to have feelings for other people. I'm not supposed to feel this type of way. Horses for courses. Yeah, no judgment. Like, it's just what you want. And you're going to want urges. But if you choose to be monogamous, you choose that. And there's going to be plenty of there will always be options no matter what. But it's just about, you made this commitment. If you want to be in this commitment, then do it. If not, bounce. Don't be a little chicken shit and not stay because.
Super important point. Don't be afraid to express how you truly feel. And I think that this is something that is really important. How many, I want to say girls, but it does cross over, but how many girls pretend or don't tell what they truly feel because they're scared that the guy won't like them. And so the guy falls in love with the girl that he thinks she is, but she's not being her true self. Does that happen? Where you play this role thinking that that's what they're going to like, so that, but then you end up with someone.
Both men and women, Iggy, do that. Because how many times have you heard about men, they woo you and they do this and that, and then when you're married, all of a sudden he's this asshole, you don't know who he is. Like, have you
ever done something, Kate, that is against your own truth just so that someone would like you? Have you ever kind of fudged or pretended that you like something or ignored something so that someone would like you? It could be in a romantic sense or could even be in a friendship sense. Have you ever played a role just to fit in or just to be liked?
Yeah, I've done that.
What did you do?
For somebody that was trying to be my friend at the gym, I pretended to be a certain way. I mean,
well, what way? So you're at the gym and you pretended what? That you like exercise?
Not that
you're like, I like yoga. I'm really into quads and legs. What did you pretend?
Gosh.
Come on, be honest. Tell us the truth. Come on. What did you pretend that you liked at the gym?
Unless they're watching and you don't want them to know.
We won't tell them. It'll be our secret.
I pretended to like the socializing aspect of the gym. It's hard.
Who goes to the gym to socialize? People have their earphones on.
I feel you on that, girl. Like, socializing in general, sometimes I'm like, ugh, why?
So you pretended to be an extrovert so that they would like you, more or less. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
That's hard.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one to sustain, for sure. So how did it end up?
Person's not in my life anymore. They got upset about other things. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with me.
I feel you. Well,
I tried. They stick around for a reason, and that's your game, really.
I tried to be vegetarian once. One of the guys I was dating tried to be vegetarian. I was like sneaking hamburgers and McDonald's, like, and he would get in the car and he's like, it smells like McDonald's. I'm like, no, like I was like sneaking around eating meat when I could. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Or sometimes I pretend, this is the worst one. I pretend that I'm stupid so that the other people don't feel so bad.
Oh no.
Like, oh my God, like okay. So everyone always, this is the truth, okay? Everyone always asks me, especially in LA, they're like, Iggy, what's your real name? And I'm like, it's Igor. And they're like, but where are you from? I'm like, Ukraine. They've got white people in Africa?
Oh my God.
I don't know what do you do? What do you do? Like, seriously, I was like, okay, the only way that we can handle this situation is if I put my dick in your mouth so you stop talking.
There it is. That's
like,
it.
And oh my God, I went on a date with Janet Jackson's dancers, like one of her backup dancers. And we're at the theater with that little like armrest and it was up. And we sit down and he was like, I'm confused. And I was like, well, you're a dancer. And he's like, no, seriously. He said, you're Jewish, but you're from the Ukraine. I'm like, uh-huh. But weren't all the Jews killed in the Jewish war?
Oh, stop. No. Oh.
And I was like, you mean World War II? He's like, no, that armrest went down. I was like, I can't. Ooh la la. Ooh. Ooh, geography gets me going. I can understand. This one was real. And this one, oh.
There's so many subjects. Geography, history, common sense. I don't know. Oh my God.
So check this one out. Okay. So my last, I've dated a lot of guys in my time. This one was so hot. He was like crazy hot, sexy. It was like, imagine like Sons of Anarchy, you know, like built, tattooed.
Yeah.
but like he's Arab, so it's like Al Qaeda edition.
Oh, I'm here for it. Yes.
Except it was all powered by Beyonce, so it was like a black girl inside. So it was all for show. It was like all this thing, but it was all for show. And we're talking, and he was really racist. And this is the thing that I'm not racist. I'm just thoroughly inappropriate, and I love to push buttons. Like I just love to make fun of everybody. But he's one of those people that's like politically correct on the outside, but as soon as we're at home, he's like super, super racist.
Ooh.
And he would get upset when I would be out in public, and I'm like, when I would call him Asian.
You would call him Asian?
Right, because he's from Iran. And Iran is in Asia.
It is?
And Iran is in Asia. It is part of the Asian continent.
Is it really?
Yes, honey.
I don't know where exactly.
It's part of the big dick side of Asia, but yes, it is.
Okay. I mean, I know they all connect and like stuff, but
it's in Asia.
I don't know when you're serious either, so I'm like, okay,
that comes from my mother. But seriously, Iran is in Asia.
Okay.
He didn't believe me. And I was like, baby, Google it. So he Googles. And you know what he told me? He's like, don't tell anybody.
Oh my God. Shut up.
You want me to keep the fact that Iran is part of Asia a secret from the world? Like, how am I supposed to keep the fact that, baby, don't you tell anybody that I'm Asian or that Iran is in Asia? I'm like, okay. He's like, can you like write to Google and fix? I'm like, yes, I'm gonna write into Google and to Wikipedia and correct the fact.
He knows how white privilege works exactly.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
It goes that far.
And this is the night that we broke up. And he was down on his knees, taking care of business. And when my business is out, I want you to be focused on my business. And he kept talking about work. And I got upset. And I was like, when my business is out, no tertiary topics. And he looks at me and he's like, what's tertiary? Let's do this together, baby. Primary, secondary, tertiary.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like,
why didn't you just tell me it was a color?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
The next day, it was over. I was like, this relationship is over. I mean, and it was one of those relationships where like I would just throw up in my mouth and just swallow it down because he had like an 8-pack and was super sexy and I adored him and he took good care of me. But there were moments where I was like,
as you get older, stupidity, you can't look over stupidity anymore. It gets harder and harder.
Oh my God, one more. So, I love this one. So he's like, oh, I'm so happy I got this new job. It's going to be an amazing stepping stool for my career. I'm like, baby, it's a stepping stone. And he's like, no, it's a stepping stool because it helps you reach your goals. At least the gears were working on that one. Ooh. I could see the logic with the stool and the reaching and the.
You need some WD-40 in the gears.
But what we do, like as people, what we do where we go back on what we think is important, or we're like, that how many times do we swallow down our pride, or just don't say something, or like just to be part of a group, just to feel love, how many times do we just, have you ever just been like, oh my God, what
when I was younger, for sure, because there was a lot of insecurities there. But as I got older, now I'm just like, yeah, I don't hang out with stupid people. I'll see you later. Like
Correction. There's a difference between stupidity and ignorance.
Right.
Ignorance means you just don't know. And there's a lot of ignorance in America, whereas they just haven't been exposed and they just don't know. Stupidity, you don't have the
the ones that want to stay ignorant, and I'm just going to call them stupid. Like, I can't. But I think that's something that we also need to work on as like a society, is accepting yourself and being okay with walking away and not being accepted by whoever you think you need to be accepted by. Because there's no, like, what are those people doing for you that you can't do for yourself? Like, that you're going to be miserable. Why suffer? Like, you'd rather hang out with people you hate or just don't like bond with just for company, just because of that codependency you got going on in there. Like, nah, man, I'd rather be alone and do what I want than hang out with those people.
My big thing is intellectual curiosity. I don't mind if you don't know. Just be hungry to learn. Yeah. It's okay. I don't expect everyone to know everything. I know. I'll be the first to admit, I don't know, but I'm eager to learn. So, Kate, what are you eager to learn about? What do you feel that you don't know enough of, or that you are curious? What is Kate curious about? Thick as pig shit. I don't know how thick pig shit is, but dang.
What am I curious about?
She just turned into Cousin It all of a sudden. It was just like, oh man, that was so cute. That was so cute. I love it. What's if you could take a master class in something during COVID, if you could learn, like, what would you? I can change my hat. That hat ain't working.
Look like you're about to sell some newspapers for
yeah. My MAGA hat. So, what are you curious about? What are some of your things that you wish that you could learn some more about?
I wish I could learn some more about psychology.
Yes, like how other people think. I think that's taking psychology has helped me with compassion for sure, and helping understand people. It's definitely helped me a lot as I got older. I wish that I could go back in time and kind of, understanding people's motivations. That for sure was something that I wish that I had in my earlier years, because I would just blow everything up, burn the bridge, and just be like, I'm out, bye. And now I try to think from their perspective. That being said, it is coming to my favorite part of the hour. It is time to womansplain. So I am representing all of masculine mankind, and I'm going to be very curious about what you women have to tell us, because we want to make sure that you women are happy, and we just want to get along and understand you a little bit better. So I just like you am trying to understand a little bit of this psychology of this woman thing. So Miss Kate, what would you tell us men around the world? What do you want us to understand?
Well, I mean, I assume someone else on this podcast before I showed up already said the clitoris. But I don't think that would help you specifically.
You would like, now we're metaphorically speaking, we're branching out, we're not as literal, but you would like what? You would like the men of the world to know what?
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. I would like, not literally speaking.
Let Maria give you one example. So Miss Maria, what would you like us men to know?
I actually was gonna ask you about your time or the comedy scene in Phoenix and what it's like being a woman. So if there's something in your time, so far, your experiences as a female comic in that scene, specifically in that area, what's one thing you would like the men of that community scene to know while just interacting, anything, like as a whole? Like if you could have them understand one thing, what would it be?
So yes, if I'm one of them, Arizona comics, and what would you like to share with some of the male comedians in the comic society? What would you like us to know? What can you womansplain to me something about comedy?
Oh, okay. That. God. That it's a bit hypocritical to complain about not having enough women on your shows if you're only booking the guys.
So what do you want? What do you want to tell me?
What do I want to tell?
Yeah, what do you want to tell all the men in comedy? What do you want to tell us? We're listening. What do you want, girl?
To give women a better chance by not just booking more than one woman.
So you want more than one woman booked on a you want more women getting booked.
Oh, I think she froze.
I couldn't hear.
You want me to book some extra women? Is that what
Well,
you
I
told
think
me?
also it's also about maybe actively seeking out female comics, women comics, because you know, like you said,
Yeah,
like they're only right.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I
So
think that is a lot of it too.
so
It's easy to-
you want me to put up some? But I'm sorry, but there's not a lot of funny female comedians out there. So what am I supposed to do? Put up some girl just because she's a girl and she ain't that funny?
She was trying to explain, but she keeps breaking up.
I mean, I'm playing the devil boy advocate. So
Hold on, she's trying to speak, but it keeps breaking up while you're.
I'm like I'm just speaking on top of her, like most. The metaphor. It just
and here we go,
true.
just being the metaphor. Never shutting the hell up. Oh,
and we out, and we're back on.
Okay.
So, Miss Kate, why would I put on extra women if you women aren't that funny?
Well, I mean, why do you put on extra men if they're not going to be funny either? I mean, it's kind of unfair to be like, oh.
I think fair, and comedy definitely ain't fair.
Huh?
So how do we change this? Okay, fine. I'm gonna put on a couple extra women on my show. Is that gonna make you happy?
I mean, yeah. But it also helps to get like recommendation from comics who are like, yeah, I know this funny woman, she always kills. And it'd be like, oh, and here's this funny woman, she's from out of town, and I know her too.
So you want men to share the love, so to speak? Is that what we're saying?
I want to chime in the whole there's not enough funny women. By actively seeking out women and making sure that these spaces are safe for women is one way.
Are you telling me that my stage and my bar are not safe for women?
When women are going to these comedy clubs, they feel unsafe because men don't know how to just treat women like humans, and like they're constantly trying to like hit on them, and when they get on.
Wait a minute. So if I make a joke about, if you make a joke about a vagina, doesn't it mean that I'm kind of invited to the party?
Yeah, no, not at all. Nope.
What does that mean, safe? Like, I don't understand. Like, are you worried, like, when someone's gonna mug you or something? Are you gonna get, like...
Mug me, rape me, like, assault me, sexually, like,
what?
verbally assault me.
Have
like,
you...
drinks are not safe.
That's crazy. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, it does. Millions of women in the country can tell you that this happens.
Wait a minute. Basis. So wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that women go to open mics and they get assaulted and molested and
harassed
abused
in some way, shape, or form? A lot of the time, they're either indirectly or directly harassed. They're excluded. It's a boys' club.
You want to do comedy, grow a thick skin. Come on.
Okay, so when, like, if you go to, if like it was the same at like a gay bar and gay dudes were doing that same thing to you, you would throw a fit.
Well,
if you were treated the way of, like, and I'm not trying to include like saying gay guys do that. I'm just saying as a scenario to put you in a real life situation, because straight guys love to say,
look, girl, we would just get together and build ourselves a castle in the back. That's what we would do if it was gay, I guess.
Away from us, that's fine.
So let me just try to wrap and just understand this. So men, we need to stop abusing the women comedians and start treating them with a little more respect. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And you want us to put more of you on the show?
Well, yeah, like just making a conscious effort to be like, yeah, we have 3 men here. Let's get 3 women
This
here.
sounds so complicated. Why don't I just stick with the boys? Because then there's gonna be no problems. Then the girls be complaining and whining. And then like why are you making it so hard for us?
Why are you making it hard on yourselves? That's your fault.
Are you making me laugh? I'm trying to be the devil's advocate, angry man, and now you making me laugh.
Go right ahead. You know, I'm just keeping it real. I'm making it hard for yourself.
Okay, I am taking off my man crown. I'm putting back on my comedy cowboy hat. In all honesty, keeping it real, this is why I created Misfit Toys. I wanted to create a safe space for women to be heard, to create a platform for women so that they can share their truth. And I don't think that this would have worked if I wasn't a gay man, because so many girls feel safe with me because they know that it's not about anything but me wanting to help them. And I do agree that, yes, girls need to be booked more. But this is my recommendation to women comedians and women out everywhere. When you are undeniably funny, when you are the best and you are undeniably funny, that's it. There's no confusion. There is no confusion. So if you want women to succeed in comedy, then you need to be better than anybody else. And yeah, it sucks that there's average, mediocre, and below average dudes that are getting it, and getting it meaning getting success. But it's tough right now. And right now, yeah, that's why we have the Misfit Toys, is to create and workshop and promote undeniably funny women. And having someone who's not a woman toot your horn, so to speak, and speak your praises, I think is very, very powerful. And I think what you mentioned is very important, Kate, is having someone be that cheerleader that isn't necessarily from that specific group. And that's really, really important. And I think encouraging other people to, hey, did you like my set? Great. Can you recommend me? Can you share the thing? Can you give me a connection to it? And spread that network. And I think that's super important. But I think it starts with being undeniably funny.
Let's remember, Iggy, though. I just want to say, you can be undeniably funny, but there's still so much prejudice that when it comes to men, that they're still going to keep that boys club. They're going to still gatekeep and try to keep women out. And that's also something that needs to be dismantled. That's something that needs to be recognized. Men want to keep females oppressed or keep us out of the boys club.
Well, then we are going to make our own club.
So I just want women, like, because, you know, even if you're not undeniably funny right now and you're working on your craft, just like those unfunny cis hetero white men got those chances, women should get the same chances to work on their craft and get booked and get, you know, learn from their experiences, you know, like, no, you can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want women to feel validated. Like, I know you struggle and you will get there. You just keep pushing on. Like, you will get there.
If you're a female comedian and you're out there and you're listening and you've had an instance where you have been disrespected, where the line has been crossed, please message me at Iggy LoveSky. And you see this? Yeah, it's going to be going towards people's necks, faces, and careers. That's what is happening.
I don't care.
I am 120% serious. If you are a woman in comedy and you want to make it and you're having a difficult time for whatever reason and someone is disrespecting you, please message us at Misfit Toys, specifically at Iggy LoveSky. I would love to hear about it. We need to make this a safe place for women. And you girls are just hilarious. I'm sorry. You girls are just so, we need more of you.
We do.
I want to hear more
women.
of your stories. So thank you, Kate, for participating and sharing your story with us. I know we had some technical difficulties, but we made it through. We made it through.
Made it,
And
yeah.
she's like frozen. I love you, Maria. I love you, Ray.
you.
Seymour,
Thank
thank you
you
so much.
so much for
Everybody in the
being
UK.
Thank you for everyone
Love you guys. We will
watching.
see you
Love
next
guys.
week.
We'll see you next week.
Ciao.